Good morning, dear Dhamma friends. Today we are going to study about chapter 7, Compendium or Ultimate Realities, SAMUCCAYA. In the first page, page number 195, we will see introductory, compendium or categories, and compendium or immoral categories. So today we are going to study about compendium or ultimate reality SAMUCCAYA, and there are 9 immoral categories. Previously, asava, oga, yoga, gandha, upadana, nivarana, anusaya, samyojana, and kilesa. So we are going to study about compendium or immoral category. So before we study about Lord Buddha Abhidhammar, we shall pay homage Namo Tassa 3 times to Lord Buddha. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Chapter 7, Compendium or Ultimate Realities, SAMUCCAYA, Introductory. 72 kinds of ultimate realities called Dhammas because they had their own characteristics have been described so far. They are Cittas, 52 Citasikas, 18 Nibbana Rupas, and Nibbana. Citta means consciousness. All consciousness are regarded as one as they all possess the characteristic of awareness. Actually, 89 or 121 types of consciousness are combination of citta with viriya citasikas. Citasika mental factors. All 52 mental factors are viewed separately as they possess different characteristics. Nibbana Rupa, real materialities, or the 18 Rupa which are caused and conditioned by karma. Citta, Udu, and Ahara are regarded to be real and viewed separately as they possess different characteristics. Nibbana, eternal peace and unique bliss. It is when with regard to its characteristic or eternal peacefulness, Santi Lakkhana. Thus, the total number of Dhamma 1 plus 52 plus 18 plus 1 equals 72. All these 72 realities are subjective and objective realities. The relative ones will be grouped into categories in the present chapter. Compendium or categories. The compendium or category that will be treated here is fourfold. Number 1, the compendium or immoral categories. Number 2, the compendium or mixed category. Number 3, the compendium or categories that pertain to enlightenment. Number 4, the compendium or the full Dhammas. Number 1, companion or immoral categories. Akusala, Sangaha. There are 9 immoral categories. Previously, asava, oga, yoga, gandha, upadana, nivarana, anusaya, samyojana, and kilesa. Number 1, 4 kankas or intoxicants. Asava. Asava means intoxicants, defilement, corruption, stain, kanka, etc. We know that fermented liquor has been left in the fermenting pot for a long time can strongly intoxicate man. Similarly, the asava which had been left to be fermented in the kanda stream of beans for eons, i.e. is samsara, which man drank and for grateful or their liberation. There are 4 asava. Number 1, Kamasawa. Attachment to sensual pleasure in the sense sphere. Is this loba associated with 8 loba mula chittas? Number 2, Bhavasawa. Attachment to rupa jhanas and arupa jhanas, as well as to the existence in rupa and arupa planes. Is this loba associated with 4 loba mula titikada vibhyuta chittas? Number 3, Daittasawa. Substitute kind of false view. Is this deity present in 4 loba mula titikada samyutta chittas? Number 4, Avijjasawa. Ignorance with regard to the 4 noble truths: past life, future life, both past and future lives, and the law of dependent origination. Is this moha associated with 12 Akusala chittas? No. The essential elements of the 4 asava are just 3, namely lobha, ditthi, and moha. These 3 strongly intoxicant beings and make them wander in samsara. Number 2, 4 flows orgas. Orga means flow, torrent, vapor, overwhelm, or suffocate. Just as great flows, tsunami swept away men and animals into the sea, overwhelm, suffocate, and drown them. So also the 4 orga swept away beings, overwhelm, suffocate, and drown them in the great ocean or samsara, like 4 great vapors in the broad ocean. They can pull down by any being who comes over them, and so it is very difficult to cross over them. The 4 orgas are similar to the 4 asava, their essential elements being the same. Number 1, Kamoga, the flow of sensual desire. Number 2, Bhavoga, the flow of desire for jhanas and existence in rupa and arupa planes. Number 3, Dittoga, the flows of false view. Number 4, Avijjoga, the flows of ignorance. Number 3, 4 bonds. Yogas. Yoga means junction, union, application, devotion, attachment, bond, glue, or to yoke. The oxen which are yoked to the cat cannot get away from the cat. Similarly, the beings who are yoked to the machine or existence and firmly attached to the wheel of samsara by means of 4 yogas cannot get away from the machine or existence and from samsara. The 4 yogas are again similar to the 4 asava, the essential elements being the same. Number 1, Kama Yoga, attachment to sensual pleasure. Number 2, Bhava Yoga, attachment to jhanas and the existence in rupa planes and arupa planes. Number 3, Ditthi Yoga, attachment to false view. Number 4, Avijja Yoga, attachment to ignorance. Number 4, 4 times Ganthas. Ganthas mean a tine or a bone. The 4 Ganthas are the strong bones which tie the grooves of materiality and mentality of this existence to those of future existence. In the following names of Gantha, Kaya is used in the sense groove or mass, implying both mental and physical. Number 1, Abhijja Kaya Gantha. All forms of craving, Tanha, is this lobha present in the 8 lobha mula chittas. Number 2, Vyabhada Kaya Gantha. All forms of anger or evil, is this dosa present in the 2 dosa mula chittas. Number 3, Silabhada Paramatha Kaya Gantha. Adherence to the false view that one becomes pure and thus be liberated by bovine or canine, bovine or canine. I will repeat again this sentence. Silabhada Paramasa Kaya Gantha, adherence to the false view that one become pure and thus be liberated from bovine or canine. I will repeat again to understand clearly this sentence. Number 3. Silapada Paramasa Kaya Gantha, adherence to the false view that one becomes pure and thus be liberated by bovine or canine morality or conduct. It also includes adherence to rites and ceremony. Is the deity present in the 4 Loba Mula Deity Sambayutta Chattas. Number 4. Idensija Bini Visa Kaya Gantha. Dogmatic belief that only one's view is true and all the other views are fute, or that this alone is true. This alone is true. I will repeat again this time. Idensija Bivinisa Kaya Gantha. Dogmatic belief that only one's views is true and all the other views are futile, or that is alone is true. To understand clearly, I will repeat again this sentence. Number 4. Idensija Binivesa Kaya Gantha. Dogmatic belief that only one's view is true and all the other views are futile, or that this alone is true. Is also deity present in the 4 Loba Mula Deity Sampayutta Chattas. Number 5. 4 grasping Ubadanas. Ubadanas means strong attachment or clinging or grasping. This is like a snake grasping or a frog without letting it go. Ubadana is stronger than Tanha craving. Tanha is like a thief groping in the dark to steal something, whereas Ubadana is like the actual stealing. Number 1. Kamuparana, sense desire or clinging to the 5 sense objects. This is Loba present in 8 Loba Mula Chattas. Number 2. Dituparana, clinging to all false views except the 2 views to be mentioned in 3 and 4 is deity present in the 4 Loba Mula Deity Sambayutta Chattas. Number 3. Silapadu Parana. Number 3. Silapadu Parana. Number 3. Silapadu Parana. Clinging to the false view that once become pure and thus be liberated from suffering by bovine or canine morality or conduct. Clinging to rites and ceremony. It is also deity present in the 4 Loba Mula Deity Sambayutta Chattas. Number 4. Adawadu Padana. I will repeat again. Number 4. Adawadu Padana. Number 4. Adawadu Padana. Clinging to the theory that the soul exists and that I, you, he, she, person, etc. exists. It is synonymous with Sakaya deity, which is personality belief. It is also deity present in the 4 Loba Mula Deity Sambayutta Chattas. Note, the letter 3 Upadana represent deity Chidasika alone. They are differentiated as 3 because the ways and the objects or clingings are different. Number 6. Hindrance, Nivarana. Nivaranas mean hindrance or obstacle. Nivarana hinders and prevent the rising of a good thoughts and a good deeds, jhanas and magas. Thus, they obstruct the ways to celestial bliss and nibbana bliss. Especially the first 5 nivaranas blind our mental vision and obstruct our moral action. We had to wrestle with them whenever we try to perform some good deed, whether it be saying some prayer or undertaking meditation. In the present or then, we cannot reach Nivaho concentration, Upachara Samadhi, and full concentration, Apana Samadhi, and are unable to discern clearly the truth. Number 1. Kamichanda, sense desire. This is Loba in the 8 Loba Mula Chattas. Number 2. Vyabada, Ewe. This is Dosa in the 2 Dosa Mula Chattas. Number 3. Thina Meda, slow and trouble. They are Thina, Chidasika, and Meda, Chitasikas. Number 4. Udicca Kokucha. Restlessness and remorse or worry. They are Udicca Chitasika and Kokucha Chitasika. Number 5. Vichikicha. Subject doubt or publicity. Is this Vichikicha Chitasika? Number 6. Avijja ignorant. Is this Moha present in the 12 Akusala Chittas? Note, both slow and torpor, restlessness are removed are grouped together because their function, kecha, their causes, hetu, and their opposing factors are the same. The function of slow and torpor is maintained in activity. Their cause is laziness. I will repeat again this sentence. The functions of sloth and torpor is maintained in activity. Their cause is laziness, and I will repeat again. The function of sloth and torpor is maintained in activity. Their cause is laziness, and they are opposed to energy, viriya. The function of restlessness and remorse is disquietude. Their cause is vexation about the loss of property, etc., and they are opposed to tranquility. Number B. In the beautiful simile given by the Buddha in Anguttara Nikaya, such desire is compared with water mixed with manifold color, evil with boiling water, sloth and torpor with water covered by Moses, restlessness and brooding with agitated water whipped by the wind, and subject down with turbid and muddy water. Just as in such water one cannot perceive one's own reflection, so also in the presence of these five mental hindrances one cannot clearly discern one's own benefit, nor that of others, nor that of both. Number 7. 7 latent defilements. Anusayas. Anusayas means to lie dormant or to remain latent. The 7 anusayas are the seeds or potentiality or defilements, kilesa, that lie dormant in the karma stream of beings life after life throughout the long samsara. They are like the potentiality of a tree to bear fruits. The potentiality cannot be found anywhere within the tree, but we know it is there by seeing the fruit is bare when the time is ripe. Anusayas are nowhere to be seen. They do not have distinct appearance, and they are not specified by such characteristics as arising, existing, dissolving, but they remain ready to come to the surface of the mind as real difficulties. I will repeat again this sentence, but they remain ready to come to the surface of the mind as real defilements. I will repeat again this sentence, but they remain ready to come to the surface of the mind as real defilements at an opportune moment when they are in contact with the corresponding sense objects. Number 1. Kama Raga Nusara. Attachment to sense objects is this loba present in the 8 loba mula cittas. Number 2. Bhava Raga Nusara. Attachment to rupa jhanas, arupa jhanas, and the existence in rupa and arupa planes is this loba in the 4 loba mula tithi vipayutta cittas. Number 3. Patiga Nusaya, evil or hatred is a dosa present in the 2 dosa mula cittas. Number 4. Mana Nusaya, pride is this mana citasika present in the 4 loba mula ditti vipayutta cittas. Number 5. Daittha Nusaya, false view is this ditti citasika present in the 4 loba mula ditti sampayutta cittas. Number 6. Vichikicha Nusaya, subject doubt is this Vijikicca Chedasika present in Mohamula Vijikicca Sampayutta Chedda. Number 7. Avijja Nusya. Ignorance is this Moha present in the 12 Akusala Cheddas. Number 8. 10 factors. Samyojana. Samyojana means factor that binds beings to the field of existence and to the realms of mystery. There are 10 factors which bind each individual to the field of existence. 10 factors according to Sutta Pitaka. Number 1. Kama Raga Samyojana, attachment to sense objects. Number 2. Rupa Raga Samyojana, attachment to Rupa Jhanas and Rupa existence. Number 3. Arupa Raga Samyojana, attachment to Arupa Jhana and Arupa existence. Number 4. Padiga Samyojana, evil or hatred. Number 5. Mana Sanyojana. Number 5. Mana Sanyojana, pride, conceit. Number 6. Ditti Samyojana, false view. Number 7. Silapada Paramatha Samyojana, adherence to the false view that once becomes pure by bovine or canine morality or by rites and ceremonies. Number 8. Vijikicca Samyojana, subject doubt. Number 9. Udecca Samyojana, restlessness. Number 10. Avijja Samyojana, ignorance. The essential elements for the above 10 factors are Lobha for number 1, number 2, number 3. Dosa, Mana, Ditti for number 6 and number 7. Vijikicca, Udecca and Moha, i.e. 7 Chedasika in all. 10 factors according to Abhidhammar Pitaka. Number 1. Kama Raga Samyojana, attachment to sense objects. Number 2. Bhava Raga Samyojana, attachment to Rupa and Arupa Jhanas and Rupa and Arupa existence. Number 3. Padiga Samyojana, evil or hatred. Number 4. Mana Samyojana, pride, conceit. Number 5. Ditti Samyojana, false view. Number 6. Silapada Paramasa Samyojana, as above. Number 7. Vijikicca Samyojana, subject doubt. Number 8. Issa Samyojana, envy, jealousy. Number 9. Maitreya Samyojana, avarice, stingy. Number 10. Avijja Samyojana, ignorance, delusion. The essential elements for the Abhidhamma, I will repeat again. The essential elements for the Abhidhamma 10 factors are Lobha for number 1 and number 2. I will repeat again to clearly understand about the sentence. The essential elements for the Abhidhamma 10 factors are Lobha for number 1 and 2. Dosa, Mana, Ditti for number 5, 6. Vijikicca, Issa, Maitreya, and Moha, i.e. 8 Chedasikas in all. The essential elements for both Sutta and Abhidhamma factors are 9 Chedasika. The 7 for Sutta factors plus Issa plus Maitreya. Number 9. 10 defilements kilesa. Kilesa means defilement or torment. Kilesa defines, ban and afflict the mind. There are 10 kilesa. There are 10 kilesa. I will repeat again about 10 defilement kilesa. Number 9. Kilesas mean defilements or torment. Kilesa defines, ban and afflict the mind. There are 10 kilesa. Repeat again. Number 9. 10 defilements kilesa. Kilesa means defilement or torment. Kilesas defines, ban and afflict the mind. There are 10 kilesa. Number 1. Lobha, greed or attachment. Number 2. Dosa, hatred or evil. Number 3. Moha, delusion or ignorance. Number 4, mana, pride or conceit. Number 5, ditti, false view. Number 6, vijikiccha, subjective doubt or indecision. Number 7, thina, sloth. Number 8, udicca, restlessness. Number 9, hirika, moral shamelessness. Number 10, anuttappa, moral fearlessness. Number 10, anuttappa, moral fearlessness. Number 10, anuttappa, moral fearlessness. 1500 kilesa. 1 chitta, 52 chittasikas, 18 nibbana rupas and 4 lakkhana rupas together add up to 75 entities. These 75 nama and rupa entities exist both internally and externally. So if we multiply 75 with 2 for Ijatika, Indane and Bahida, Idane, we get 150. As these 150 entities are the objects or operation for each kilesa, we multiply 150 with 10 kilesas when we get 1500 kilesas. So, we're going to study about 108 modes of craving tanha. I will repeat again. We will study about 108 modes of craving tanha. Repeat again. 108 modes of craving tanha. Tanha is craving. This is the main cause of suffering and of the ever continuing cycles of rebirth. First, craving is of three kinds. Number 1, kama tanha, craving for sense objects. Number 2, bhava tanha, craving for rupa and arupa jhanas and rupa and arupa existence. Number 3, vibhava tanha, craving for non-existent. Corresponding to the sentient objects, there are 6 kinds of craving. Number 1, rupa tanha, craving for visible objects. Number 2, sada tanha, craving for sound. Number 3, gandha tanha, craving for odors. Number 4, rasa tanha, craving for tastes. Number 5, Puddhapa tanha, craving for bodily impression. Number 6, Dhamma tanha, craving for mental impressions. If we multiply the first group of 3 kinds of craving with the second group of 6, we get 18 kinds of craving. Again, multiplying this by 2 as they can exist both internally and externally, we get 36 kinds of craving. Now, the 36 kinds of craving can occur in the past, in the present, and in the future. So, they today do 108 kinds of tanha. That's all for this morning. Thank you for listening. May you be enjoying listening to my thoughts to gain merits.